All right, folks, welcome back to our channel. We're very glad to have you here for this one. I think there's a lot from this video that is really important about the Verizon network that I think is going to be like a tell about the future upgrades that you guys are going to see from Verizon. And I think it's part of an indication of them taking the network performance and capacity demands really seriously because they're doing work that probably isn't necessarily required, but in my opinion, indicates that they're going to try to squeeze the most performance out of their network, at least as most as possible. So, anyways, hit the like and subscribe if you're new here. It's your first time and you want to learn more about 5G and wireless networks and mobile networks as we just try to inform and educate folks and show them and kind of what's going on, the inner workings of 5G networks across all providers, T-Mobile, Verizon, and AT&T. Now, this particular site is Verizon Wireless. Their 5G network obviously is seeing massive upgrades across the country. This particular location, this is actually in Dallas, Texas, a major market. You know, there's only I'd say maybe a handful of markets that are definitively larger uh, with just a huge demand because people, right? People use their cell phones for everything. And a market like Dallas has not only a lot of people, but you know, you're probably looking at situations where it's like the mobile network, but then probably 5G home internet for some folks. You know, there's going to be a lot of demand on the Verizon network. So here's this brand new, I don't know if it's a brand new site. I think this may have just been a modification that was made. For those of you that are interested in the particulars of the location, 815 North Latimer XP, Dallas, Texas. You can't beat that. Like, that's the actual address. Go check it out if you want. Don't come back and tell me I'm lying about the location. All right, gave you the address. Go check it out. Shout out to my dude Goldfish, man. All right, the the gear that you guys will see up there that's highlighted, you guys see in that red square or red rectangle, whatever. The it's a Samsung radio, an antenna. It's the MF3208D. This is a 32T32R massive MIMO antenna radio combination. If you guys remember my previous video about the N77 upgrades in Cleveland with the small cells, this may sound familiar. Now, the one thing that's unique about this particular antenna radio being massive MIMO, it's in frequencies that we haven't seen Verizon do this with yet, right? In that configuration. Okay, so if you guys know about some of the legacy technologies and stuff in the bands for Verizon, you know, there's LT spectrum, and that LT spectrum is getting moved over to the 5G NR side of the network. Everything's moving away from the legacy technologies and moving towards 5G. So what Verizon is going to be doing is moving bandwidth from the LT side over to the NR side. And this radio gear that I'm highlighting here with this picture is going to be capable of doing the NR configuration with massive MIMO 32T32R. Okay, so it's going to support obviously the LT configuration, so band 2, band 66, but it's also going to be doing the N2 and N66, which is the 5G version of this massive MIMO. This is going to create a much better experience for the Verizon network, thus a better experience for the Verizon Wireless customer. The improvements here, in this case, this is a Samsung radio. If you guys know about the upgrade process for Verizon, they're taking out a lot of legacy elements from the old sites. So the CommScope antennas that you guys have been seeing, which are much larger, those are huge. The JMAs as well, those are very large. They're moving to these, which are much shorter. I think they might even actually be a little bit wider, but they're much smaller in terms of total footprint, which is great, right? You're getting a smaller footprint that obviously helps with tower rents and stuff like that. But I'm not sure about the weight, right? Because this is the 32T32R, that's a lot of antenna arrays compared to previous radio gear and antennas. So I'm not sure. Maybe it's the same weight. I have no idea. But I do know the dynamics are different. The old JMA panels and CommScope models, those things are very, very tall. In fact, they kind of sort of look like this one sometimes even taller. So this one I'm highlighting here. And for those of you that just want a quick overview of Verizon cell site, what it kind of looks like, these are radios. That radio there, and then there's one underneath it. Those two are likely the low band radio and the what Verizon calls the high band radio for LTE, right? Uh, I don't think they would run two low band radios. Maybe they would. I don't know. But they have typically band 5, N5, and then they also have the band 13. Band 5 is an 850 megahertz frequency. Band 13 is a 700 megahertz frequency, right? That's your low band carriers for Verizon. And then everything else is a little bit higher, right? So you have like 1.9 gigahertz, that's band 2 N2. Then you have the 1.7 and 2.1 gigahertz, that's your AWS spectrum, band 66, N66. And the two things I just mentioned, the band 2 N2, the band 66, N66, that's going to be running through this particular thing that I'm highlighting there with that box. That's what's new. That's kind of what we're highlighting. And then off here to the left, that smaller one, that's Samsung radio gear for N77 C-band, the 3.7 gigahertz. Probably in Dallas, I bet you Verizon probably has 160 megahertz of bandwidth. That's going to be a lot of capacity and speed. But really what I wanted to do is make this video to show you guys and to be on the lookout for upgrades from Verizon, seemingly trying to get the most out of the network as much as possible. This gear that's going up, this new panel, if you will, is going to perform better than what it's replacing from CommScope or GMA. Now, the radio gear that Verizon used to use was Nokia. Even though the antennas can be different manufacturers and vendors, they have moved to Samsung for all those. Verizon calls them snaps. Okay, so that probably already happened here, right? And it's completed. I'm not sure if any of the gear up there actually has the CBRS spectrum, the what is that? 4550, I think is that frequency. Or no, excuse me. 3550, 3.5 gigahertz, which is lower power, but I don't see, unless it's passive and the radios are up there, but the antennas are, it would be here in this one, and it would be passive. You guys have seen my other videos where Verizon will put another antenna like somewhere here to go with the N77, and it's much smaller, and it has the radio separate as instead of being integrated. That would be like the band 48, which eventually is going to become N48 too. Anyways, I thought I'd make this video. Gola Fish requested it, and we like to listen to the people. That's what we do here. Verizon improving the network. More bandwidth on air, enhancements to the performance of the gear, better gear, newer gear, 10 gig fiber circuits, right? So there's lots of capacity, reaching the potential of the network. I like what I'm seeing. I really do. And I don't think folks should be all that upset when Verizon does a price increase for $1 on the line when you're seeing stuff like this. The same thing goes for T-Mobile. If T-Mobile's making the network better where you live, and it's noticeably better and performing great and more reliable, and there's more capacity and the network works better for you, you shouldn't feel bad about paying an extra $1 a month on a line, or maybe $2 or something like that. Same thing with AT&T. If the network's getting better, you kind of stomach the price increases sometimes because you're getting stuff like this. That's just a much better experience. I can't wait to see stuff like this in my market. I haven't seen this yet. I haven't seen this particular radio gear yet. I do see the N77. Obviously, these are ongoing, the Samsung snaps, with getting rid of the CommScope stuff. I still see CommScope up on my sites and stuff like that. But hope you guys learned something, and if you did, let me know and drop me the likes and the shares, and we appreciate all that you guys do. There are timestamps if you guys want to go back and check anything else out specific from the video. But if there's something else you want to see, or if there's more stuff you guys want to know about, drop me your comments and your questions, and we'll definitely try to accommodate that. Like, share, subscribe. Appreciate you guys. We'll see you soon on the next one.